Greg, congratulations for 10 years as superintendent of the Pacific Northwest Conference. It has been such a pleasure to work with you over the years, both as a colleague, as a superintendent colleague, and now as president. You are just a blessing to me, and I appreciate your friendship so very much. I am so grateful for your wisdom, for your calm demeanor, your non-anxious presence, and just the love that you have for God's people and the ways in which you demonstrate your love for Christ through the church and the ministry that you have there in the Pacific Northwest Conference and across the denomination. Your impact has been prolific, and I'm so grateful for you. So I want to again say congratulations for 10 years of ministry, friend, and look forward to at least 10 more with you.
Hey, Greg, happy 10-year anniversary. So thankful for you and your leadership of our conference of the past 10 years, and deeply grateful for you and your friendship and leadership of me and the camp here at Cascades. We just think the world of you and are just excited to celebrate with you. Thanks for your leadership. Thanks for all that you do, both seen and unseen. And thanks for helping to make Cascades the best place it is today. Thanks.
Greg, well, what can we say except to thank you? We thank you, we thank you, we thank you. For 10 years, you have faithfully and steadfastly devoted yourself to the well-being and the care and support of our Pacific Northwest Conference churches and pastors. Greg, you are a beautiful minister to ministers, and in the power of the Spirit, you continue to strengthen and encourage our hearts and build us up. You hold us fast in unity, Greg, and in vision and mission and purpose. Serving on the executive board with you in these last few years has been an incredible experience, and I experience you to be a deeply creative leader. I am so in awe of the many innovative ways that you continue to find to plant and sustain new churches and pastors. You are just a masterful team builder. So Greg, we just want to thank you, thank you, thank you. We're so deeply appreciative for your dynamic and your thoughtful leadership, for your lightness of heart, for your authenticity, Greg, and for your integrity as a man of God. And on a personal note, knowing you these years, I'm just so grateful that you've been my coach and my mentor, my friend, and an amazing teammate. And maybe more importantly, I'm just really thankful for the many times you've taken me out to Thai food. So Greg, we just love you so much, and we thank you. Thank you.
Hi, Greg. Greetings from Chicago, your once hometown. I just wanted to weigh in and say congratulations on 10 years of service to the North Pacific Conference, or as it's now called, the Pacific Northwest Conference. You and I worked together for a few years, and I really appreciate the care that you gave to me and my family during a very, very difficult time, and the patience that you had in walking with me through that time. Enjoyed working with you. I have always been impressed with your passion for ministry, for your vision for the conference. And I wish you nothing but the best as you go forward, whatever that future holds for you. So all God's blessings to you.
Well, Greg, it's wonderful to acknowledge 10 years of ministry in the Pacific Northwest Conference. And as I look back on your life and the ministry that we shared together, title from Eugene Peterson's book comes to mind, A Long Obedience in the Same Direction. Your ministry and your life has been marked by a commitment to Jesus Christ and the church, and a wholehearted commitment to evangelism. I've appreciated your passion for justice and for the diversity that you have brought to the conference over the years. You're also to be recognized as being a very compassionate and caring person. And I could go on with many other words, but one word that really sums up my experience with you is generosity. You are a generous person and have freely shared of resources, and whenever possible, you have brought the resources of the conference, whatever resources you personally are able to bring to come alongside both churches and individuals. So I look back on the 10 years that you have served here, and you truly have left your mark in so many ways. A life marked by a long obedience in the same direction. Thank you, Greg.
Well, Greg, greetings from my bedroom here, this fancy camera equipment. I wanted to say a few things about you, and as I thought about it more, I kind of narrowed it down to one word that I'm going to use as a noun and the verb, and that word is shepherd. A few things that describe a shepherd. One is that shepherds have to care. A good shepherd lays down his life for the sheep, and I've seen you do that on countless occasions. They also have to be good with chaos, and you're really good at managing not just your own life, but helping to track other people's souls and their lives as well. I've seen you be patient and generous and kind with people. I've seen you see people to really understand what's going on, to understand, to hear. And I've seen you hold out hope for them in the midst of process and liminal spaces. I've seen you really be relational, to understand that the law exists to serve humans, that humans always come first. And so you put all of us first, and I appreciate that. I've known you for a lot of years now, and I've seen you grow as a shepherd. I've seen you really get good as a shepherd, and I see you now in working with you closely. I see just how you've been probably born, but also made into this really excellent shepherd, and the conference and your friends and your family are lucky to have you be a shepherd in their life and to be shepherded by you. So brother, congratulations on 10 years, and I look forward to whatever next season God has for us.
Hi Greg, we're so grateful for your 10 years in ministry and working with Pacific Northwest Conference. It's such a blessing just to have you with us, and I'm been used to inspired by your leadership and your compassion and the work that you do here with us. And what a blessing to have you also as a mentor. And yeah, we're so looking forward for another 10 years. I know I'm not the only one who is looking for that. So thank you so much for all the things that you do, and for the love and the ministry you always bring in to all of us, and for your leadership. Thank you so much.
Congratulations, Greg, my brother, on your 10-year anniversary. It has been such a joy to work with you. I love you. You've been inspiration to me personally and to my other pastors who talk about your leadership. Wish you many more wonderful years. May you continue to lead us and also demonstrate being what a good servant leader looks like. Thank you, my brother.
Hey, Greg, we just wanted to say thank you for your good leadership throughout this time, that I'm so happy that we've been able here in Mending Wings and the Yakima Nation, been able to get to know you. And we're grateful for the way you gave us a voice within the conference, and then just your friendship with me. So we just appreciate your friendship and throughout this time, and I hope we got a whole lot more to come, and hanging out times, and blessings to you. We say Creator, bless this life.
Greg, I am so grateful for your leadership in the conference. I remember back when you first started, there was a lot of excitement and anticipation to have a new superintendent and to see how you would lead and what your style would be. And then we met in person, and I felt like we pretty quickly got a good camaraderie there. And I was super grateful for the opportunity to come on staff and work really closely with you. I'll never forget our arguments over whether or not iPhone or Android is better. And I'm glad that you finally come around to agree with me that Android is better. And I'll never forget our trip to Taiwan. It was such a great time to be able to spend together as we got ready for the Fire Conference and experience a new culture, a new place, and meet new people together. You've been incredibly supportive all through my time working with you and the conference, and I appreciate it so much. And I also really appreciate your friendship. You're always, your willingness for me to sleep at your house whenever I need to, and the way you would call us to check in and see how I'm doing. You're an excellent leader and a really good friend, and I'm grateful for that. And I'm really looking forward to continue to work with you in both of those capacities. in the future, in the coming years. So thank you again. You're awesome.
Well, Greg, congratulations on 10 years of serving as superintendent of our conference. You have made a significant impact on the culture of our conference as well as on me personally. You place a high priority on leaning in, on being relational, and keeping the focus on kingdom values, gospel work. And that's borne fruit in our conference in terms of greater trust and connection, the connection we have with our churches and our pastors. I know it's easy to focus on the hard times, the difficult times, but I bear witness to the multitude of voices who are extremely grateful to be part of this conference. Churches, pastors, they feel seen, cared for, and pastored well by you and by the team that you have put in place. And that's the other thing I want to say. I'm just so grateful to be part of this team that you invited me onto the bus, as you say, 7 years ago. And you have been a model to me of how to engage those hard conversations, what it means to kind of keep the big picture in mind, and how to build a high trust team. Greg, you are a mentor, you're a colleague, and you're a friend, and I'm so appreciative of your collaborative work style and how you encourage me to use my gifts to keep learning and growing and do this in service of our churches and pastors. So I hope this doesn't sound like a parting speech, because it isn't. Instead, it better be an encouragement to keep going. Let's keep this going. But I do pray for you, and that God will continue to guide your steps and your discernment for yourself, for your family, and how God is calling you in our conference. So Greg, the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious to you. May he lift up his countenance upon you and give you his peace. Amen.